Wholesome and Wild, Folláin is Fiáin. Sacred Messages, Eolas, Naofa, a special podcast series with Kathleen Farren and Sandra Saradesi. Welcoming our guest, Charlotte Roost.
And from The Secrets of Rejuvenation by the Seer Almin, disengaging from the matrix, a life beyond mortal boundaries. You cannot fly high like an eagle while simultaneously trying to fit in with the turkeys. Moving beyond mortal boundaries requires an uncompromising life. The Seer Almin. Welcome all.
Welcome to Sacred Messages with myself, Kathleen Farren, Sandra Saradesi, and Charlotte Roost. Charlotte, you're so welcome.
Thank you.
We're excited about sharing our experiences with the Fountain of Plenitude, a 28-day practice that you do at home on your own, supported with daily messages through videos, audios, oils, which are fragrant alchemy oils, blessed also by the Seer Almin, and the most beautiful treat for your body, these rose quartz tools, which you use on your face to assist you in rejuvenation, regeneration, and clearing of things you didn't even know you had. So I'm most grateful to you, Sandra, for introducing me to them, and to Anita, Lucia, for introducing them to us. And Charlotte, you're here to help explain what your experience has been, so that if someone else is interested, that they know how to integrate the practice into their life.
So before Charlotte jumps in, so I'm just going to say the beauty of bringing all of the beautiful light family that have participated in this protocol, because each one bring their own unique perspective. And I wanted to add to when you were showing the tools, so we have different tools for the face, apparently it's for the face, but we are really tackling not only the face, but all the organs, the meridians, the emotional body, and bringing all together into oneness once we have cleared the layers. But we'll get into that after. And we are so excited that Charlotte accepted our humble invite, because I really feel that Charlotte has a lot of pearls to share with us, and it is coming from her heart to our heart. And this is the only way we can impact others, when we speak from the heart. So without further ado, my dear Charlotte, you and Kathleen were and others that are not here at the moment, took on the courageous adventure of doing two protocols simultaneously, the Fountain of Plenitude 1 and the Fountain of Plenitude 2. And I didn't even know neither one of you. And I thought, who are these people? They are like wonder goddesses. They're not even women. Who can attempt to do two protocols at once? So anyway, my hat off to you both, because you really did it. You deserve it. And please feel free to talk about both protocols, whatever you feel. What was the impact of the phase 1 and the phase 2, and how was your life changing ever since?
That's so
Thank you.
interesting.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you for having me. I just want to know that Kathleen and I have actually met in the physical, which I have not had the pleasure to do with Sandra yet. So I'm looking forward to that eventually when that comes.
Actually, when we met, Charlotte, it was your heart that actually spoke to me first. You were so generous and caring And I think you're a very good influence on me to bring that out.
You know, you have the most beautiful voice, Kathleen. When you sing, you can sing the everything into harmony.
Oh,
So we long to hear your voice.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
At the moment, it's my walks in nature that hear my voice.
Yeah, I could imagine. Well, she needs it, our
Mhm.
mother. So first, I wanted to just explain briefly that my first retreat and only retreat in Almin's home in 2013. That's where I met Anita, and I was crying that whole retreat. I can't remember much, only that it was like absolutely life altering. And so when I first heard about the Fountain of Plenitude that you were going to do with Anita, Sandra, I was really thrilled because I thought this is not only going to be um, a major breakthrough in all Elmin's teachings coming together. Because, like you said, Kathleen, you know, it includes the protocol, the elixirs, the fragrance alchemy, the layering of us coming together, which is, you know, also in oneness, and your guide in every day, Sandra, with the audio and the beautiful runes, and your, you know, also the videos. So you have the visual as well. So it's like all the senses come alive when you do this. It's not just this or that, it's a combination. And what you have done, you and Anita, is absolutely magnificent. And I remember when we were sharing, you know, share and shine, the last one, you know, you could just see how people had been altered from the inside out and from the outside in, because it really works all these ways, and also with all the chakras and with the meridians. I mean, you get the whole package, the whole package. And also, when you integrate the teachings and the protocols, you so uplifted by your encouraging, Sandra, in listening to the elixirs more than once to really integrate into the very core of your cells these changes. And I highly recommend that you use the videos in, you know, that Sandra made um, to guide you on actually how to use the rose quartz um, uh, set, because you can read it in the protocol, but the actual visual is a great addition, and it's very it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Um, do you want me to go on with what I've experienced?
Um, yes, I'm going to, if I may, quote you because you contacted one of our mutual friends in Europe, and I remember the only thing you told her in order to like make an impact in her decision of signing up, and she did sign up. She signed up at the moment. The one thing you told her is, I have never been happier now that I did the protocol.
Yeah, that is so true. Like my whole body has become um, you know, into awareness. Like it's a huge sensory. Like I feel my body like I've never felt it before, but from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can sense things and emotions with my body more subtle and faster now than I could before, because they're
Mm-hmm.
more sensitive. to my awareness, vice versa.
So I'm going
And
to
the joy of
pause,
being,
if I may pause a little bit, because this is really important, how attuned you are with your body. And one of the reasons is clearing the distorted emotions from the meridians. Then now you have all this beautiful, pristine space to fill it up with pure emotions and pure feelings. And you are attuned to your environment, because as you are carving inner space, that inner space give you more information about your outer. And there is a dance that is graceful in this particular case, because everybody received different gift, and not that you didn't receive other gift, but this is your current emphasis at the moment.
and also I feel that, you know, in that 28 days, which I felt was really one, um, it was so intense that it wasn't until after, you know, I felt it deepening. It was literally like, you know, Elmine always say, like a pebble in the pond, where you have been seeded, or you seeded yourself with all this clearing, with all this integrating, that, you know, the ripples, they're still there, they're ongoing. It's not like it stopped after the 28 days. It was actually just the opening.
I agree.
So also bringing in the elements, you know, in this protocol was very deepening for me. It was everything became more profound, because I've been living in other countries, and I only just got back to Denmark after 8 years last autumn. And for me here, I like the rain felt more like rain, like the wind was more frequent from the ocean, you know, the like the sun, the brightness of the sun was more um, visual, and all this coming together with the ether and the Mother Earth. It's like I'm on a discovery still. I am just beginning, really. And I feel so much more alive.
Awakening the senses and connecting with your exterior environment. So it's beautiful to hear, and it's like everything is timed perfectly for your blossoming. You know, it sounds like the feeling of spring, like, oh, it's alive. I'm alive. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it seems like the first time, actually, to be really alive, because it's cognitively, it's like connected to all the senses. You know, it's not just, you know, if you read a really good book and you can visualize, this is like awakening everything.
What I heard when you were sharing this profound feelings and emotions, I heard is you are romancing life, and actually all the elements have been waiting for you to awaken to this level and go deeper. So it's beautiful. So
Very
it
much
is, this
doors
is the,
opening.
yes,
Yeah.
the true, what is the true spirituality is being one with everything. That's one of the true meanings. There's so many meanings, but this is one that I can really tell people this oneness is feeling everything inside you.
And also, I have to say that retrospect, I could see that a lot of my response to life earlier came from my mind, where I feel now they're coming from my heart, but also from the infinite.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I really take a step back now. Before I would think, how can I respond to this? But
Yes.
now it's so much more than, it's shifted into feeling, but it's so much more than that,
Yes. That's so
which is
beautiful.
actually so much more beneficial because my mind cannot tell me the right response, but my feelings can, my body can, and my,
Mm-hmm.
the flow of no mind, the intuitive
Mm-hmm.
knowing.
We're talking a lot about the senses, and this is going to be a topic that we will explore further. But I realized that when, people like to say, come back to your senses, come back to your senses. But what they really, but it's like, it's such an irony because what they really telling you is come back to your head. They just calling it something else.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
back to your
yeah.
come back to your head, girl. Make sense of it all. Make
Uh-huh.
sense of this. Well, excuse me, you got the wrong name here, Goy. The senses have no intellect. That's why it is senses. You sense them. It doesn't come from the left brain. The left brain cannot give you sensorial information. Hence, information that is incorrect to your soul, to your body, to your spirit.
And also, if I would also say that right after the 28 days, I was not able to put words to the feelings or how I could see life changing for me, but it's been coming on more. I mean, there were miracles per miracle per miracle um, along the 28 days as we cleared. Uh, but the anchoring and the ongoing journey is starting after.
Mm-hmm. Just
That's
warming up
my
the engine, warming up the engine while you're in the protocol, and then you actually take off.
and then you live it.
Yes, 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 exactly. Just like the eagle flying high. Yes, indeed. Um, is there anything that comes to your heart about your close relationships, how they have changed, or anything that manifested super quickly, like something that you desire and then showed up? Anything that comes?
Instantly, and what actually manifested instantly was the joy for me,
Mm-hmm.
for myself.
Yes.
Like I started to actually like myself,
Aha, very good.
in the physical, but also on the inside.
Yes.
And I started to feel more beautiful.
Yes.
I started really literally, like you said, I wanted to share. I felt it instantly from my husband as well. Like when I was doing the protocol, um, I felt him wanting to be closer to my energy.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah, there was an instant resonance. Or, because sometimes when you do something and you get your head stuck in it, that could be a repellent because you're so much into what you're doing. But here, I felt it was opening.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and no, it doesn't make sense. This is my favorite now when people ask me, does it make sense? No, it doesn't, but I love it.
But it feels good.
It feels
Feels
good.
It
good.
feels good. I
There you
mean,
go.
you have the feelings, so you have the science, the serotonin is increased. I mean, that's one of the benefits.
Yes.
But it's like uh, it's a door opening to something you've always had. It's just it couldn't come out as such. It's not like you're taking in information and then applying it. It's already part of you, um, and the other part is that there's a dedication to yourself for 28 days, and the dedication is morning and night, and there is a lot of heart care. I think doing the live one is really beneficial. I would encourage any friends who are interested to do the live one coming up early June. So you have to
First.
the 1st of June. So you have to like get your beautiful kit, and so just but it's I'm encouraging my friends to participate, but that the change isn't a taxing on the brain or anything. There's no, it's not hard. I think even people who've had full-time jobs still can do it, and that there's a sense of, yes, expansion to make more space for the fullness of feeling that Charlotte was explaining, you know, and I mean I can see why it's called a fountain, because it is like
Exactly.
it is like a fountain of energy. It's like a discovering that you have the energy that it takes, and it's flowing. And to get it flowing, the clearing of these places that you place this beautiful tool, you actually rub it along the bones of your face, and your spine is part of the whole story, that there's a renewed care for yourself, and then a discovery of what you're capable of. I think a lot of poetry comes from it too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I also want to add that, you actually get the clearer vision, from, and the
Yeah.
clearer audio, like you can hear better, not only on the outside, but on the inside. You're really stimulating the senses from the
Well,
inside out.
good point, Charlotte, my love, because there is around the ear, there is one of the acupressure postures. We go 8 times. I call it the question mark, this point. And what we are really doing is releasing the voices, the imprint, what it's easier for some reason to keep the imprint of something negative. Plus, the negativity always has outweighed the positive. So when we do the acupressure point and we have a mantra for each of the postures, and you are in that space while you listen to the music sung by Almin that cancels out the excess of black light, which incidentally can cause illness. So what we are really doing is clearing those voices and the noises. Hence, your inner hearing is activated, and your clairaudience comes more online, where you're clairvoyant, and all of the gifts that are dormant for the only reason of being covered in belief systems and programs, as we clear, as we drop the mask, as we dissolve the distorted emotions, then again we can collect all these gems that have always been ours, and we can open that treasure chest and really look at how wealthy we are.
And also, I want to add that we are doing this proxy,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
which is for me like really beyond, because I have two daughters. One is 26, one is almost 23, and I feel that there's been a lot of in their environment has been cleared, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not easy. It's not easy for them, but I know that it's connected to what we are doing here. It's
Yes.
multi-layered. It's not only for ourselves.
No, thank you. I see it all the time, the blessings that come to my immediate family, to all life, because then we can truly be, that sacred object. Almin says we don't need to go to sacred places. We are the sacred place when we live in reverence, when we live our highest truth. So that's exactly what you're saying. I see it all the time. My daughter, got a super incredible job. She's in the film industry, and she got something, she's very young. She's not even 30, and these are blessings, and her heart is blossoming, and she's open, and and life becomes automatic. This is the magical life. But we must surrender the mind, and the only way to do it is with this protocol. Really silences the mind, really silences the logic. What makes sense is,
Linear thinking.
yes, the linear thinking, that releasing of tension, the decay. So, something that might be very simple for other people, but be kind. I am so kind to myself since I done the protocols. Every time I see myself in the mirror, I just say beautiful things to myself. It's like the awareness that we gain into what is the inner dialogue. What are we telling ourselves
And
all the time?
also, yeah, connected to that, I felt that I think it was one of the first times, and we take care of our inner family that is
Mhm.
here, you
Yes,
know, the inner sage, the inner child, the
yes,
inner warrior, the inner nurturer. Um,
yes,
when you
Yeah,
take
it's in the
care of
nose
those,
area. The sinuses are actually connected to the inner family.
yes,
and that when we did that, I was like, and we said the mantras, doing it. It was like, wow. Because I've always, we worked with the inner family for years with the fragrance oil, with the this and that. But when you actually did it physically as well, that made a huge difference for me.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Like one of the examples would be for the inner sage, which is right up here. I am comfortable in the unknowable.
Yes.
That's a big one. Uh,
oh yes,
as only that is real and the place of life ever new. So talk about starting afresh, setting the reset button, the the inner sage, the wise one of yourself and everywhere outside of you once you've cleared it here. I mean, it's so much care for yourself. It really is. And then the inner child that is being freed when you do this, the inner child who loves to play. The little mantra that you have for that one, it's just lower down in the along the nose, this sinus area. I am at ease in my environment, able to surrender in trust of life's benevolence. So the benevolence that we have maybe forgotten about, to remind ourselves that that's the place where the inner child dwells, totally trusting everything's good and beautiful. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And innocent.
And in the dream dictionary from the Sierra Leone, the nose represents the right to be happy.
Mhm.
And interesting enough, years ago when I first, um, it was almost at the beginning of my first, like in 2007, when I started with Almin, attending retreats and the online workshops. That one time I was about to take a shower, and the curtain rod landed in my nose. Like out of all places, that tube, I don't know how, I was almost about to fall again. And it landed here. And I instantly recognized that I needed to do some clearing around self-sabotaging my happiness. Um, it's really amazingly magical when we learn the language of the body. So, when we're in a stillness, the whole world speaks to us, as it says in one of the principles of happiness.
You know what I really wish? That we
Yes.
could actually take a month, next year when all the 10,
Five faces.
you know, of, we could meet and have a full with all the faces in 1 month, like practicing it every
In
day.
5 weeks then. Yes. Wow, you really are like onto something, because I felt I couldn't understand that I could see this like foggy manifestation coming through, that we're gonna see each other in the physical. There's gonna be something in the physical with the teachings of the plenitude, of the Fountain of Plenitude. So, but okay, I saw something already, but thank you.
Well, it's like the body knows if it feels good, the body will tell you.
Yes.
And this feels good. And I'm excited that you're going to be doing it again. Um, and when I say doing it, what we mean is Sandra will send us the guidance, daily guidance, which is really supportive. Charlotte, you've said that as well. That is so supportive to have the video, and you're doing exactly the same. You're going along, listening and hearing the words of, like, the mantra or words of positive um, teaching. But so we have a chance to do it again. And then there's the Belvaspata, which is a uniquely amazing and new yet ancient way of healing the heart. So, do either of you want to say anything about that healing protocol, which is done distance, remotely? And yes, you can feel it in your body. People have sensations that arise, and you describe that as awareness. It's like the cells, like the first one of the first affirmations is enjoying new vibrancy in my cells as my cells remember how to regenerate, and I let go of old stories now outgrown. So I'm just like trying to make sure that we realize this is profound, and there's multifaceted layers to it. There's a lot to it, and it's
Yes.
yet very, very pleasurable. And it
Yes.
takes the dedication of mornings and evenings.
Yes, I had a myriad of testimonials. Some are on my website, some will be. I actually had to keep some voice clips from people that would call me. Little they knew that I was going to ask if I could use them as testimonials, because they're so pure and so revealing, that it's so vibrant how they express in the moment. But one of the testimonials that they all unique, but we had a testimonial from one of the participants. She's in Canada, and she says that when she was taking care of the ears, because there is the part of the ear that pertains to the inner child caring. She says that she felt so soothed. She felt calm. She was feeling in such a state of bliss, just taking care of the ears with the washer heart, the one that you showed. And it was altering for her, like truly, yes. And pressuring and speaking to your inner child with the ear, also through at the bridge of the nose, but the ears have the record of your history up until your teen years on the earlobe.
And
So
also, I wanted to say that actually,
yes,
Sandra, that,
yes,
when you do the daily guidance, and you're using the runes, but you're also addressing the distortion. What we can let go before implementing what can
yes,
replace this, which
yes,
is cognitively for many people soothing, because then they understand with their mind, and then after that you use the tools and the fragrance alchemy, and you doing the, like Kathleen say, the remote Belmas batar that we don't actually see, but we receive it every day.
Yes. Yes, you receive it every day. I do it in the group. I call each person by their name, and we can do this because we are in one heart. That's the reason why this Belvaspata can be done in a group. And every day is a different Belvaspata, because on phase one, we are working with each of the distorted emotions, have three angels and three parts to the emotion, whether it's the masculine component, the feminine component, meaning if it's proactive, if it's receptive, the emotion, or if it's in the neutral pole. So all of this, people don't need to worry about it. I'm just saying, for example, the emotion of grief. The emotion of grief will have three angels and three sigils. So, and this is in the long meridian. In the long meridian, and each meridian, we have 12 main meridians, has 4 distorted emotions. So right there, we have 12 angels and sigils for the day, for sure. And then the Belvaspata that brings the harmlessness. When we shift from being from protectiveness into harmlessness, it is a big shift that happens in our nervous system, in the vagus nerve, that allows us to be in full surrender, in traveling the river of life with glad expectations and glad heart. So this is the Belvaspata, is a support that is there every day, and it's really profound. I have received messages from people telling me that they feel when I'm doing the healing on them. And whether you feel it or not physically, but it is changing that subtle part. So you do your part and I do my part, and together we can create all these miracles.
Truly, truly. Speaking of the senses, the little bottles of fragrance alchemy oils you place on the back of your neck or in different places around your body as well, and that helps. And I do appreciate that you've been both speaking about the knowing that you're releasing these distorted emotions, so that yeah that it's good cognitively to know there's a map here we're following. There is a map,
Mm-hmm.
and it's complex, but it's been simplified. It is simple at the same time. So
Well, it's fascinating because I've been working with these emotions, and that's my fascination, the emotions, the senses, and the regeneration, rejuvenation. It's like, wow, my passion. So since Almin released um, the first protocol for the 12 main meridians, um, I've been working with it and understanding at a deeper level how the emotions are. And you cannot heal that which you do not have a clue that exists. So now, I started to observe how conversations go. In the first 3 minutes, I can make a scientific diagnostic on what is unhealthy in a person just by what they're talking. It's unbelievable. Oh, hi, how are you? Oh my God, I'm so frustrated. My boss doesn't listen to me. Um, and my kids make me so angry. Oh, I'm in so much pain. Oh, I'm truly sad. I was like, okay, how many meridians are we talking here? Like 6 meridians, 6 organs. Like your whole body is in a contraction. So take a deep breath. Um, and it is amazing how the oils, the sense of smell is the only sense that didn't participate in this dissension, in the cycles of dissension, as is explained, the history of the earth by the Sir Almin. So it talks about oneness, the sense of smell, never divided, never judged. So this is why it's the fastest sense that can bring us back home immediately. I remember from early childhood, I used to travel to Mexico. I had family in Mexico. I'm not from Mexico, but I'm from Nicaragua. And I remember I would come back to my country, and I would open the suitcase and I would say, wow, it smells like Mexico here. It's like I would bring the scent in the suitcase. It's like I remember I was a kid in the memory implant or whatever it is, but it is there that we remember. So these oils bring us back the remembrance of the oneness. So it heals the trauma of separation.
This may not happen in anyone else's company, but because the both of you have such big hearts, my heart is able to be stronger. And I'm recalling a story. I'm recalling a story, an experience that I had a few years ago while I was doing a meditation to do with evolution, evolving oneself. So being open to what's emerging. And I could smell roses just from nowhere. It was somewhere deep within. And I think the rose is for the heart meridian.
Mm-hmm.
But there's hope for me yet, that my heart knows knows what to do. And all I have to keep doing is shedding the stuff that I've taken on. But it was such a beautiful smell. It was roses.
My beautiful Kathleen, never underestimate the power and the generosity of your heart.
Thank you. I enjoy giving it a chance and the process of opening it.
I also do heart surgeries. Just kidding. But you know what you're saying? It reminded me when I met Almin. I went to see, well, I saw her first in 2002. I didn't have the opportunity to speak with her, but then I saw her again, a gap of 5 years in 2006, and then 2007, when I am already going to a retreat on a Monday, and she's addressing a workshop of 3 hours. So then she was releasing her book of Aruba Firina, the fairy book, the gift of love. That's what Aruba Firina means, gift of love, in the language of one of the languages of the fairies. So when I am in line to get my book signed by Almin, well, something very special happened. And then the next special thing is that this like draft of roses came through between us. And she says, wow, it smells like roses. And I said, oh, it smells like magnolias. And I thought, why did I say that? And then, magnolias, I don't even know why. Like, I'm so silly. Why did I say magnolias? I went out of there to look at the picture of magnolias. It was so funny. It took me, it's never what it seems. And I think I shared this with Charlotte before, but years later, Almin comes with the oil, the magnolia oil, which is still available as part of the fragrant alchemy oils, and is for the crown chakra, magnolia, and is for the mother, so has the mother energy, is for when people feel smothered and when they don't feel they had enough mothering. But it's
and
about
it
the mother.
enables them to mother themselves.
Thank you. Yes. So I was like, oh, it's the oil of the mother. After all, I was a genius, not silly.
You knew exactly what you just, yeah.
Imagine.
Beautiful.
It's so nice. We can care for ourselves.
Yes.
And we get gifts, and acknowledging them. Yeah, it's nice to acknowledge these gifts that we
get more. That's the recipe.
Receive.
Yeah.
We get more.
But also, you were talking earlier, Kathleen, about the fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to just say that, it really is where we're going, right? We're going to the point where we are fluid, right? And everything is there.
Yes.
Hmm. And
So I
provided
just
for.
wanted to address that because I thought it was so beautiful also the way you showed it. It is that, it is like that. Yeah.
I actually the the logo that I am using for the protocol is my own painting that is one of the pairs of pure emotions, which is encouragement and beauty, that I painted in 2000, maybe 17, 16, 16, I think. I painted the fountain, little I knew, and I call it the fountain of gold. In Italian, I call it a Fontana di Oro. And it feels so perfect for the protocol. And plenitude speaks of having it all, having everything. And when we are able to release the stories is what the keep the blockages in place, preventing us from achieving the fluidity that Charlotte's speaking about. The fluidity that is also regeneration. It's like the flowing of the DNA is not a stagnant, is never static, it's constantly moving. It is not, okay, we are young again, we have claim our youth, but then what? Then there's no more youth anymore. With the regeneration, funny, I'm talking about it, and there's a little salamander coming out of the corner. You know what that means? Regeneration, a salamander. She
Really?
heard me. That's why I was
Wow.
looking.
I'm regenerating with some fresh spring water.
Oh, lucky,
I'd,
lucky.
I'd pass it to you if I could. It almost feels like we're in the same room. It's so
We
wonderful.
are. I'm clearing. Look at this water that you're giving us. So yeah, so the ultimate goal is regeneration.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. It's really wonderful, and it's my favorite way of learning through physical experience and
Uh-huh.
sensory enrichment and enlivenment. So, oh, I feel like we're coming to a time when we may um, share our last little comments for this particular conversation, but the
Yes.
conversation continues.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm so grateful that Charlotte has come and shared her experiences and nourished us with her recollection of the experience. And it's like it's still alive. It comes alive when you give it space to. Um, you mentioned cleaning and anchoring. Um, and learning how capable you are and how when you change your environment or your family changes. So I wonder, Charlotte, is there any more outstanding things that you would like, more outstanding things that you just wanted to mention at the close of this conversation?
Well, it would be also related to Fountain of Plenitude number 2, because you work with
It's
no,
clearing sexual trauma.
exactly, and you work with the yoni egg. And one of the things that has been a challenge for me was that I was not able to feel my root chakra, like like feeling the support of the base of my spine. I've had 4 um, disc hernias from L2 to L5. which when you work with the dragon magic, you know, really is also about this, you know, support and the able to have clear access to your foundation. And some of this has, like, if I really, like, right now, just tune in to my root chakra, I feel on fire. I feel more grounded than I have ever felt in my life. So I can really recommend this about anything. For me, this is what has been cleared and been opened. And I feel it coming more and more. And with this, also my voice.
Beautiful.
So, you know, that I can speak my heart. Because I have a foundation that is awakened. So that's one thing, Kathleen, as
Oh,
well.
so beautiful.
That's one thing. That's like a wrap up. Wow. It's incredible. Incredible, because you know what it means to be rooted? It means you're home for yourself. You have to be home for yourself to clean your home. You cannot clean your home from outside.
And you discover something beautiful.
Yes.
It's just such it's such a great happy ever after, ever after, ever after.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So much love to you. Thank you for having me.
So much.
Oh, Charlotte, you've been such a blessing to our life. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Kathleen, thank you for your beautiful way of being.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
what a pleasure.
facilitation, you're creating this facilitation. It's beautiful, Kathleen.
Oh, thank you. Flowing onward. Gratitude to I'm grateful to Anita for initiating this, for seeing its potential. Grateful to Sandra for carrying it with such passion and bringing her visions into reality. Thank you, Charlotte, so much for being who you are, and gratitude to the seer and mystic Almeen. Incomparable, beautiful.
Our love and our hearts go to the Infinite Mother and to our beloved Almeen, and to everyone supporting us that we may not see with our physical eyes, but they're here. And my most profound dedication and love to the Belvaspata angel gods.
In realms, Mother Earth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheerio.